Welcome back to College 101. Today we are talking about finals week and all of my best tips to help you out. Now I know that you all have your finals evenly spaced and you've been studying throughout the entire semester, so it's going to be a breeze. But in case it's not, go ahead and watch the rest of the video to see what you can do to make the best of it. The first thing to figure out is whether or not your finals are scheduled. And what I mean by this is some schools might have a testing center. BYU did, University of Oklahoma did not. And in that case, sometimes your finals, you can go take them anytime during finals week. Most finals, in my experience, were scheduled, especially for smaller classes, maybe 100 people or less. And so you had to go take them in a specific classroom at a specific time. There are also some professors who might offer take-home tests, in which case you just need to know when to turn it in by, but you don't have to do it at a certain time. Once you know whether or not they're scheduled, the next thing to do, and it's a bit late for this semester, but definitely try and do it for future semesters, would be plan out your final schedule from the beginning. When you're looking at classes for next semester, and if there's multiple sections, see when their finals are so that you can not have too many finals on the same day, not have them all front-loaded or back-loaded on the end of the week. That way you don't have to be as stressed out taking 2 finals every day, 3 days in a row when it comes to finals week next semester. And actually, before we even get to finals week, there's an important thing to know about your school, and that's if you have a dead week or a reading day or a weekend, whatever it might be beforehand. At University of Oklahoma, we had what we called dead week, and that was that classes ended, and then you had an entire week of no classes, or at least no required classes. Your teachers could still hold study sessions, but no required classes, no finals yet either. So it was just a week to purely just study. At BYU, we only had a single day of this. We called it reading day. So a lot less time, but still a little bit of a separation between the end of classes and the beginning of finals. So what should you do with this time to make sure it doesn't get away from you? The very first thing you should do is pull out all your syllabuses or syllabi from your classes from the beginning of the semester and make sure you know what format each of your finals is in. Do you have any presentations or essays? Are they all going to be a test? Are they multiple choice or long answer? Will there be partial credit? What's your test going to be like? Because that will heavily influence how you're going to study. Once you understand that, I would recommend using this time to do a broad overview of your classes. And before you crack your textbooks, I want to let you know that I've had many professors tell me that the studies show that rereading a textbook is the least effective way to study. So do not study by just pulling out your textbook. If you are going to reference back to the textbook, I myself am a very visual, I learn by reading or by writing. So it can be helpful. Go ahead and go through the textbook and spend maybe 5 minutes on each chapter in a textbook. Look at the headings and make a mental list of, I remember that, or it's been way too long, I don't even know what they're talking about. If that's the case, you can work through that list later and spend more time on it instead of just glossing over the things that you feel comfortable with. And as well, it's important to stay broad here because the things that you learn this week might not stick with you all the way to a final at the end of finals week. So this is where you're identifying where to spend your time during finals week. The most important thing is just to start early, be disciplined, work hard, and not waste this day or week or weekend before finals. However, you do need to schedule in time to relax. So before I move on to giving you my finals week advice, I want to give you some advice that spans across finals week, dead week, and even during the semester. And that is, you need to have time to relax. Especially during this time when you don't have classes. If you're someone like me, then you're either in 2 modes. You're in relax mode and you really just don't want to start anything, or you're in school mode and you're stressed out and you're going to work and work and work until you go fall asleep. And neither of those things are a healthy way to approach school. So because there's no classes, it's hard to say I'm done with that. So schedule in breaks, whether it's taking a 5-minute walk around the building every hour, or making sure that you go out of that building, you pack up, you stop, and you eat lunch with friends somewhere, or going home, or watching a YouTube video, but only one, unless it's here on the College Guide, in which case you should watch all of them. But make sure you schedule in that time. And I'm not saying you have to go and spend a bunch of money. You don't need to go treat yourself to restaurants and snacks and junk food, but reward yourself a little, whether it's something that you wanted to do with your friends for a long time, watching a favorite movie, rereading a favorite book, whatever it might be, schedule in that decompress time, even if it's just a nap. All right, break time. The other day I watched a marathon. It was really entertaining, but I doubt I'm ever going to watch another one again. Nobody likes reruns. If you liked that pun, or this video has helped save your butt during finals week, please like this video so that more people can find it and get help. If you thought that that pun was just totally uncalled for and wasted your precious time during finals week, then subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and come to every video and see how the puns are doing. Back to it. So let's talk about finals week. Finals week is usually about a week long. At my school, they always started on a Saturday and went to the following Friday. And again, my best advice, if possible, is spread them out if you can. I always loved it when I only had one final to take each day because I could focus on that, study a little bit beforehand, take the test, go decompress, take a nap, take a break, and then start in for the next one. So it was very sequential and compartmentalized, which works for my study style. If that's not the case, it's even more important that you stay organized and focused, and also make sure that you have time to relax. Along with this, the first thing I'm going to say is make sure you get enough sleep, especially if you have an 8 a.m. final, because to me, the things you're learning at 3 in the morning, the chances of you remembering that or that being on the test is not worth the good points that you're going to lose by being so sleep deprived, or maybe even sleeping through your alarm and missing the test. Go to bed at a reasonable time. Make sure you're getting at least 7 hours. That's what's recommended. 8 if you can, or 9 if you're the kind of person who needs a little extra sleep to feel good. Because feeling refreshed will help you study better, lower your stress more than knowing that one extra fact. The second thing is plan your meals. If you're going to be on campus studying all day, or if you've got 2 back-to-back tests, you've got to have food with you. You don't have time to go home. You don't have time to go to the food court. So make sure you bring something with you. Make sure you have snacks. Or if you have to, make sure you've got a few bucks to spend at a vending machine so that you aren't going to be food deprived. You need to have sleep, you need to have food, and third, you need to have water. Bring a water bottle if you have to, especially because a lot of teachers might let you have a water bottle with you during the final, so you can sip throughout, take those little breaks, feel better, refill, recharge. It will make you so much more comfortable and so much better during finals week. If you take care of those physical needs, you'll be better set up. After that, make sure you have that time to relax, and in particular, right after the test. What I often tend to do is I would take the test, and I could sit there and think about it, and oh, did I do that right? And oh, I wish I figured that out. It's not productive. Not only is the test over, the whole class is over. It's out of your control, so just wait. I sucked at that, but just wait, and just let it go. So, if you can, right afterwards, go and take a break. Walk around on campus for 15 minutes. Go and take a nap at home. Go eat something if you have the food. Go talk to your friends, whatever it might be, but just get yourself out of that test, moved on, relax a little bit. My best advice for studying is to make that list during dead week where you know what topics hit hard and focus on those, because that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. If you already know a subject 80% well, it's going to take you a long time to learn that last 20%. If you know a subject only 20% well, there's a lot of stuff you can pick up and remember really fast. So spend your time where it will be most worth it, and you'll hopefully get the results that you want. Thanks for watching this episode of College 101 here on the College Guide. We'll see you next time.